Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to Energize Delaware Live. My name is Angie Bivens, and I'm an outreach manager with a few of Energize Delaware's residential programs. And I know that on today you came because we have a special guest that will be joining me. But as I hype her up before I bring her on, I just want to say again, welcome everybody and good afternoon. If this is your first time tuning in, thanks for joining. Just to tell you a little bit about Energize Delaware, Energize Delaware is a nonprofit organization with over 16 programs all around delivering renewable energy services and other energy conservation services to who? The best people on the planet, Delawareans. Whoop, whoop. Okay, I'm a little bit biased, just so everyone knows. But along with that, we've got some great programming, and Energize Delaware is doing some really innovative and new things, not just in the state of Delaware, but across the United States. So one of those great new things is a partnership with an amazing program. So at this time, I want to bring on our guest for today. I'm going to ask all of you to give a huge internet welcome to Miss Maria Lewis. Maria is the State Outreach Coordinator with the BPA. Afternoon, Maria.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me on today. Super excited to be here with you.
Of course. And I'm super excited to have you. I appreciate you taking out from your busy time, because for those of you that don't know Maria, find her on LinkedIn. She is always on the go, but with some great stuff. So thanks for taking out your time to talk to me today.
Oh, absolutely. And again, just thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure to be able to come on and just do everything that we can to just make sure we're getting that information out of who we are, what we all do, and how we're all working together. So it's super important.
Agreed. So with that, let's go ahead and kick this thing off. Let's have a chat on today. So let's start. I'm going to ask you to start by telling our audience a bit more about the BPA. Tell us about their history and what role does the BPA play in energy efficiency?
Absolutely. So I'm going to take it back, way back. I always say back into time. So back in 1986, the first Affordable Comfort Conference had took place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And it brought together utilities, weatherization, government agencies, nonprofit, and a little bit of everyone. People loved it so much that it became an annual event, which is great. And you still see that till today. And so in 1992, BPA made it official by incorporating us as a nonprofit organization. And at that time, it was called ACI, which is called Affordable Comfort Institute. So over some time, the organization was renamed the Home Performance Coalition. So a lot of the times we always have to give that background, just because there are some people that remember us as Home Performance Coalition or Affordable Comfort Institute. So really important for us to know. It's us. We're just continuously growing and fast forwarding. In 2019, the industry felt the need for a real association to come together. So the Building Performance Association is how we ended up coming together and building this out. It was formed by merging three organizations, which is Efficiency First, Home Energy Magazine, and the Home Performance Coalition. So, again, that's just the background, the history. It's so important for us to always talk about history and how it all came together. And then BPA plays a crucial role in the industry. We bring together different parts of the industry. And as you heard me talk about the history, it's always kind of been that way. We continue to establish partnerships. We have organization events. We're implementing programs. We're sharing a common goal with every state that we are working with and continue to work with throughout. We are a 501c6, which is a nonprofit industry association. And we serve as a hub for a business, for nonprofits, government agencies, everything to continue to make America's homes more comfortable, healthy, energy efficient. And we're here to just make sure that we keep the industry informed on best practices, what's new technologies out here, policies, while lobbying for state and federal policies that promote the growth of the home industry, which is, again, super, super crucial, especially with everything that's going on currently. Including, I'm sure many of you guys are probably feeling everything that's going on in our air and industry. And again, part of the reason why it's so, so important for us to work together. But additionally, BPA also brings the industry together through regional, national conferences. We serve as a central hub for networking, professional development, job opportunities. We have a network of over 20,000 professionals, which include contractors, auditors, manufacturers, distributors, utility programs, nonprofits, government agencies, and we can just continue to go on and on as we continue to grow in this industry.
I love it. And you guys are still growing, it sounds like.
We are. We're growing in staff. We're growing in different states. And we are just excited to be able to just do the work.
Heart goes out to BPA. They are doing so much in this industry. Now, I know that's right. Big ups to BPA. Now, along with what the entire association is doing, let's get personal for a moment, Maria.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit more about your position specifically, and what are some examples of how you and your team have assisted other states?
Absolutely, absolutely. So my role is called State Outreach Coordinator, as you stated earlier. And I have been with BPA now for almost 8 months, even though I feel like I've been around for a very long time. So, it must be meant to be, right? When you feel right at home. But our main goal is to bring our national outreach to the local level, and to do what we can to make sure that we are organizing everyone that we said we work with, right? So we're organizing the nonprofits, the profits, the contractors, the business owners, colleges, tech schools, interns, and we're just gathering everyone together so that way we can make sure that we are able to build the workforce and be able to also make sure that everybody knows what's going on in the state and creating goals and removing barriers for solutions and in this industry specifically. So we have seen for many years that the industry has had its ups and downs in regards to the workforce, the funding to be able to make sure contractors have everything that they need to have their workforce built up and have certifications, have qualified workers. But now, right after COVID, it's been a really difficult situation to communicate together, to gather together, to talk about what are some of the things that are needed. And with all this funding coming down from the federal government, we want to make sure that we are working in the different states and providing the resources, the communication, the marketing, and just making sure that, again, we are doing everything possible to provide solutions, remove barriers, whether it's for wraparound services, right? People who say, I want to work, but I can't because I don't have a license. Let's figure out how to get you a license. If we're talking about families who don't have childcare, how do we find out what services are out here so that way you can get childcare and you can work in the industry? If you can't work yet because you don't feel like you have enough credentials or understanding of the industry, let's get you into an internship program or an apprenticeship program, and let's work on building your skills, building your certifications, and just really helping families be able to learn about this industry and get involved.
That is amazing. Well, for my audience, stay tuned. We're going to tell you how to get involved with the BPA too. And I love she pointed out one question that I get asked most often by people that are new to the industry is, how can I learn the terms? How can I learn, the terminology and get my certifications? And where do I start?
Exactly.
How about you go over to the BPA website? But we're going to give you that in just a moment. Just a moment. So all these great things that you're already doing and the association is already offering, tell our audience, because we've been wondering, what brings the BPA to Delaware? How did you get here? What are you planning on doing while you're here?
Absolutely. We have so many great things in store for Delaware. So actually, we're going to be in Delaware next week. And on our website, you'll be able to see some of the meetings that we have stored in Delaware. The next Delaware meeting is going to be July 6th. And I'll be able to provide you some information and a link as well to be able to get registered if you would like to learn more about what we are doing here in Delaware. Currently, what we have done is that we have applied with some lead organizers, which we absolutely love to be able to work with. And have worked with for the last couple of months to be able to take lead in Delaware to say, hey, let's figure out what we need to do to make sure that Delaware has everything that it needs, including what we started off with, which is we applied for a grant to create a needs assessment in Delaware. A needs assessment is something that the contractors that are business owners in Delaware, they fill it out and they are able to give feedback of what they feel contractors are in need of, what are they lacking, what are some of the things that may help in the areas. And then we have a great team of people that work in our research analyst positions and our marketing directors. And what they do is they take all of the information from all of the contractors, see what are some of the needs in Delaware specifically, right? And because a lot of times we hear about all the national surveys, but we're making sure we're targeting Delaware specifically because every single state has its own needs. So currently, once we have all of the contractors or business owners of these contracting companies or home performance companies fill out the survey, we're going to come back to Delaware and say, this is what we have. This is the information that you all provided us. And now let's figure out what do we need to do to be able to work hard and make these barriers that you talked about solutions. If there's things that we have to do to work on policies, we have employees and staff members that will help us work on policies. If you need your voices to be heard as contractors of things that you hear are coming down the pipeline for our energy offices, or for us to be able to just say, hey, we need some more information, we need some more guidance, we need some more research, we need some more training centers, all these type of things is the things that we're looking at with this needs assessment in order for us to be able to work with Delaware and the staff there.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. So it sounds like, just making sure I'm comprehending, making sure our audience has a good grasp on it. So this is an opportunity for contractors in the state to be able to voice themselves and possibly get some additional resources and some help with some of the barriers or the issues that they're having.
Absolutely.
Amazing. Great. Now,
yes. Oh, no, I was just going to say, we have some great team leads there in Delaware that when we say team lead, it just means that they're lead organizers is their actual appropriate name. And I just want to give them shout outs if that's okay, because they're the ones that are really helping us to make sure that Delaware contractor voices are being heard, right? So I just want to give a big shout out to Alan Luzak, Harold Stafford, Charles Kistler, and of course, some of our staff that's been working as well, Xavier Walter and Ruben Perez and Katie Miller. And now we have on board Brooke Vernon as well, who is also going to work as a team together. And of course, everyone else that has been participating in our surveys and the meetings, and of course, you guys, because you're helping us as well to get the word out. But, as a team, we're building this team to be able to make sure that the contractors' voices are being heard, and that you have people in Delaware that are leading and making sure that we're doing everything possible in Delaware to make it successful and make other states look at Delaware and say, we want to make sure that we're following similar steps, because they did a great job of making sure that the workforce was built, that the voices are heard, that policy is changed when needed, that the energy offices know exactly what Delaware is asking for and needs as well.
Just blushing over here, loving Delaware, sounding great. Along with this, and it sounds like a great opportunity for contractors. Two-part question. What type of contractors can participate, and how can contractors that are hearing this or just learning about this, how can they get involved?
Absolutely, absolutely. So when we say contractors, if you work in any home doing anything, we're talking to you and we're talking about you. So, we are all about the whole home approach. And at this moment, we all have to work together in order for us to be able to make sure that we're doing what we can to make homes safe, and affordable, and just making people feel like they're at home when they're home. So if you work in a house in any part of it, we're talking to you. And what we always ask is there is a great site, which you added on here, which is perfect, which is the Building Performance Association website. We actually have memberships because we are an association, but we do have a free membership that you can start off with if you want to start getting information from our great marketing team in regards to what's going on, where are some of the meetings, some of the words or letters that we are sending off in regards to any updates in policy and changes. We have webinars and conferences that you can participate in. And again, being able to see things like the meetings that we have directly in your specific state and things that are coming down the pipeline. Because as soon as you sign up as a member, whether it's a free membership, again, we're able to send you emails to say, hey, we are coming to your state at this time and would love to hear your voice, love to see you, get to know you, network with you, and all those great things. And again, the website is right here listed. And if you can just go to that website, sign up now. And that way you'll be able to make sure that you're able to get, again, all of the information. We do try to record a good portion of our meetings when they are in Zoom or different type of social media sites and things like that. But when we're in person, a lot of the times it's in-person meeting, we try to take minute notes and things like that, but it's nothing like you being there in person, getting to meet everyone, seeing who's around, and seeing what we can do as a team. Because nobody has the solution, right? We all have to come together. We love diversity. We're all about diversity and inclusion, and just making sure that we get everyone to the table that wants to be at that table. And even those that may not know that they can be at the table, we want to show you how to be at that table and figure out about an industry that maybe you never heard of before, because your family members maybe never had that line of work, or you never heard of the industry before. We just want to make sure that you know that there's an opportunity not to just be in the industry, but constantly grow and even own your own company. So it's just so many things that you can do in this industry. So I'm super excited to be able to be part of this growth and being in Delaware as well.
Oh, I am loving that. Even if you're not at the table, they can help you find your seat.
That's right. That's
That
right.
is amazing.
Thank you.
So to go along with that, you actually just segued into one of my final questions for the day. We're wrapping up our interview here. But for those that may be watching that aren't in the field yet, or maybe new to this profession, maybe they're a contractor, maybe they're doing something with weatherization, whatever it may be, what advice would you give to professionals that are new to this field?
There's so much advice, right? So if you're new to the field, you definitely want to be able to network with everyone that you are able to, including joining, BPA and different associations that are in your area. It is so crucial because there's so much information that's coming down the pipelines that we want to make sure that you have all the information that you can have. I have spoken to numerous new contractors and those new in the industry, and they don't know where to go, right? It's just like, I'm new. I don't know where's the information at. I don't know what's the funding that's coming down. What is rebates? How can I use those? We want to make sure that you don't have to do all that search yourself. Let us do that work for you. We have a team to be able to do that background work for you. We can tell you where are the grants. We can tell you, how to build a workforce, how to get certifications, how to understand and read all of this. government stuff, right? It can be so confusing. It's like, I don't have time as a contractor, especially a new contractor, to really read a 200-page document, right? So let us be able to, help and build you and also your company. And again, being able to know what are your needs is what we look for. We're not trying to tell you what to do or how to do it or any of those things. We're just providing resources from the things that you're saying that you need. And then when we see and we're talking to you and there might be things that you're like, oh, I never heard of that before, then we'll continue to be able to educate, on some of the topics. And like you said, some of the lingo, myself and my coworker Ruben, we talked about that when we first got hired. It's like, whoa, all this lingo, all of these, BPAs and all of these
It's
different
all
acronyms.
the anagrams.
Yeah, exactly.
All the abbreviations. Like, what?
Exactly. So my team, especially Ruben, started creating things, to help everybody that's new in the industry. We started also teaching others about building science principles, which is a course that is so crucial because we have to understand we're in a home. What does that mean? Even if it's just our personal home, right? It doesn't even have to be as a contractor, but let us know what is the structure that we live in, and how do we make sure that our homes are safe and that it's up to code and all those type of things. So even starting with the basics of some of the classes that are available, we tend to find ways to start from the beginning. And we also have a pathways to be able to learn, about different opportunities in the field. How do you get to those opportunities? How much pay you will have? Those type of things that are super important for people to be in the field, stay in the field, and want to talk about the field to others. So that way we continue to build up our workforce.
Look, I am just in the background. Like, okay, I can't scream in the middle of this, but I'm like, yes, Maria, that's right.
I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I do have to say, for those that may be watching, if you have not been to the annual conference, that is a necessity as well. The conference for me was on top of everything I learned at the conference, just in general, the terminology, what was coming down the pike. I also was able to meet so many people in the industry. A lot of West Coast people I was able to meet. Now I'm on the East Coast, so there was a lot of information swapping. Oh, just awesome. And now I feel like I'm giving a quick plug for the conference. But come on, guys.
Love it. And the great thing is that we have another conference coming up in November. So we're actually having a regional conference. It's called the 2023 New England Home Performance Conference and Trade Show. So you are able to join us. It's November 7th through 8th for our New England regional event. It's a 2-day conference. We'll deliver the latest regional specific updates and information to the home performance and weatherization professional living and network in New England, which is Springfield, Massachusetts. So I will provide you that link as well. So that way you have it, because we would love for everybody to come on board, join us, and get to know us. I love the conferences. I love talking to everyone. I try to jump on every single table to just say hi. And, I would love to just really get to meet everyone. And again, like you said, we have great speakers. We have credits, CEU credits for most of the training sessions. We always have a guest speaker that comes. And we just have an amazing staff, including our CEO, like Steve Skodek, our Chief Operating Officer, Nate Natal, our Chief Financial Officer, Jean Nagy. We just have so many amazing people on our staff, and the list just goes on. There's just so many, but you can definitely check out everybody on our website as well.
Awesome. Oh, and she's right. I haven't met everybody on the staff, but everybody I have met has been just so welcoming, so helpful. So yeah, you need to know something? Reach out to the BPA. If they don't know it, I'm sure they know a resource or someone that does. So definitely reach out to them. I did plug in down at the bottom that link to the New England conference. So whether you're in the New England area or not, come out. 2 days, like she said, you'll learn some great stuff. You will meet some amazing people. So lastly, as we prepare to close this out, Maria, if someone has heard you, they've heard something about BPA, they've heard anything we've said on today, and they want to learn more, they want to follow, what can they do?
Absolutely. So again, back to making sure that you sign up for our membership, just so that way we can have you on our email listserv. We absolutely want to make sure that we have you on the list, because we can't just send emails out and solicitate anyone. So we just have to continue to make sure we at least have you sign up and say, yes, we are willing and want to be able to make sure that you participate in our information and gathering of different informations. We also have, let's see here, the needs assessment. If you would like your voice to be heard and you are a business owner, I'm going to put that information also in the chat. And you can contact me, which I believe my email is right on the front page, which is mlewis@building performance.org. You can connect with me, and that way we can also discuss any of the information that we talked about today. And also, if you want to join us on July 6th meeting, we will be able to share that registration link as well, to make sure that you are part of the conversation. And everyone is welcomed. And we are super, super excited to have everyone join us, of course. There'll be snacks,
Awesome.
and there might be some food and some games. You just never know what you will get when Maria and Xavier, which is the director of the state outreach team, Xavier Walter, which almost everybody knows, will be there. And you may have some fun. I'm just saying, you should join us.
You will. If you are in Delaware and you are a weatherization, HVAC, energy efficiency, any type, as she said, just a builder, any type of home contractor in our state. And actually, we're going to take the commercial contractors too. So if you're building anything for residential, commercial in the state of Delaware, and you want to get involved with the BPA, you want to make sure your voice is heard, here's the Survey Monkey right down there below. Please go ahead, get that information, fill out that survey, whether you attend or not. But we would much rather have your presence also be at the actual event. So please, again, down there is that register that Maria was talking about, so that you can sign up for that meeting. And that meeting will be next Thursday, right? And what time is that again?
Absolutely. I believe it starts at 9 a.m. and it's a half a day. We will make sure that we cover a lot of great topics, including the importance of the needs assessment. You get to meet some of our team leaders, lead organizers, and then also just be able to share some of your needs and your concerns even before the needs assessment comes out. So that way we can start already working on some of the solutions that you need.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to say again, thank you for your time, Maria. Please make sure you let everyone at BPA know that I said thanks, one, for allowing you to come chat, and two, thank you to them just for their involvement, right?
Absolutely.
In the state. And we appreciate it. We're looking forward to what's going to come out of it. So we just need to get more of these contractors involved and do something amazing in Delaware that they can replicate in other states.
Absolutely. Come on. We have to lead Delaware. We have to lead. And we're super excited to make sure that you have all the resources, the tools, the staff, and we have some amazing lead organizers. So it's just success. It's going to be successful. And it's because of all of you coming together, meeting together. We already have 33 people that are registered for the meeting July 6th. So continue coming, being those voices that always said at one time our voices were not heard. So we are here to make sure your voices are heard.
I know that's right. All right. Well, to our viewers, get involved. So hopefully you caught some of the links and information. We'll try to also put them in the chat of the actual live after it posts. But get involved. Get involved. If you've got any other questions, if you forget any of this information, you can always reach out to Energize Delaware, and we will make sure to put you in contact with Maria and her team. Tune in again with us next month. Last Thursday of the month, we'll have another topic. So don't stop tuning in. And please, everyone, keep saving energy. I can't drive that home enough. So to all of you again, thanks for coming on. Thank you to Maria, and thank you to the
Angie.
BPA. Have
Thank
a great
you.
day, everybody.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Have a wonderful day.